Welcome everybody, this is the happysphere.com. I am your host, Carlo, and this is the internet's happy show. So a couple of days ago was my birthday. I'm 33 years old now, and yesterday I didn't record anything because I was a little bit tired. But I wanted to continue with this connection topic. So I looked for some things that are happening right now, and they're pretty interesting. And the question in my mind was, what does connection brings to us as a community, as society, right? And I found this guy, very interesting guy, Jeremy Rifkin, and he talks about empathy. That empathy, he develops this empathy topic in a social, global kind of way. So it's very interesting, but I'm just going to explain to you really fast. He says that humans, we have been evolving along with communication. And we see family or ties with each other, empathy to each other, depending on the communication systems that are present at the particular time. So for example, at the beginning, where communication systems were non-existent, only but, you know, yelling to each other, screaming to each other, community from community, there was blood ties, you know, very family oriented, very small community oriented, right? You only had empathy with the ones surrounding you, not the ones far away. Then, you know, people started writing, you know, writing came, script, and people started writing books about systems, kind of like religious systems, you know, and then we evolved from blood ties to religious ties. All the Jews saw themselves as this big happy family, all the Christians saw themselves as this big happy family, Muslims, Protestants, etc. And after that, you know, crossing the Atlantic, expanding markets all over the world, Asia, America, Industrial Revolution, and then we evolved from blood ties to religious ties to nation or national ties, and that's where countries got born, right? So all the Brits saw themselves as a big happy family, all the Spaniards saw themselves as a big happy family, and this is kind of like the way. But what he asks, he says, what about a human race tie, you know? Now we have communication systems like the internet, like, you know, right now, and satellite communication, all these incredibly advanced ways of communicating, people communicating. And he says, what if we, why stop here? Why don't we evolve as a human race, you know, global family kind of thing, right? And what about genes also, right? We all share the same genes, you know? Technically, we come from, you know, the same parents, like almost like Adam and Eve. Check him out, Jeremy Rifkin. He's really cool. Another guy, Steven Johnson, and this guy says that due to connection, great ideas, you know, are born. And very interesting. This is, and I'm quoting him right here. He says, increase in connectivity, he thinks, is the primary engine in innovation and creativity in the last 700 years. So the more connectivity, the more connection people make, the more ideas start flowing, the more these ideas start evolving into more complex ideas and more organized ideas, and then these really cool inventions and things come about. Innovation and creativity and all these things, which is really cool. So also with the new ways of communication, internet and all these things, yes, we get a lot of distraction, but we also get a lot of shared information and serendipity, which is the principal ingredients for good ideas. No, and he says also, chance favors the connected mind, which is pretty cool, I think. I also found another guy is V.S. read down there, V.S. Ramachandran, sorry, Rama they call it. This is a neuroscientist that works in UCSD, and this guy explained the theory, or you know, the yeah, I guess whatever it is, of mirror neurons, right? So this is a subset of neurons that are located in the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe of the brain is being known for many years, but these mirror neurons, what they do is they enable us to do imitation and emulation. And the cool thing about imitation and emulation is that it allows us to learn, to empathize, like that's what we talked about, you know, blood ties and national ties and all these things. And he also gets into a more consciousness kind of area, that since you're empathizing, if somebody has, you know, a spider on their hand, then you will feel kind of like creepy, you know, you feel them, so you are empathizing. So what he says is that this could be the basis for a meta-neural system that is kind of like the interface for global consciousness, which is a little bit too much maybe for some people out there, but check him out. It's really interesting. I really liked you know, that kind of stuff, consciousness and all that thing. Maybe we'll talk about it later. But the cool thing is that there is neuroscientific evidence for this consciousness thing. So I'm really, you know, excited about connections. So please drop me a line, send me an email. Let's talk about this, and I want to hear what you, or read what you guys have to say about this. Let's connect. Thank you very much.